What's up, YouTube? Happy Wednesday, CHF here, and we have got a lot to talk about today, but I first want to just say a huge thank you to everyone who was sending thoughts and prayers my way yesterday on social media. If you didn't know, since I didn't post a video yesterday, my son actually had to have surgery. He had his tonsils and adenoids removed, and he's recovering well, so thank you for the thoughts and prayers. It means so much to me, and guys, we have got a lot to talk about today. I am actually extremely happy today. So thankful that EA did something that has been a long time coming. It was needed and it was huge. But before we get into that, let's talk real quick about what's new in the game, what our daily grind guide looks like. So as always, guys, make sure to go play your League versus League drives, your League survival, donate your 100 crowns. And then on the event standpoint, today is Wednesday. So we have refreshing of the Legends live events. Make sure to do that. And then we also have a new set of Team of the Week players. So we had 3 new bosses that can be obtained this week. You have the Geno Atkins 86 defensive tackle that gives +1 power to Team of the Week defensive ends Team of the Week's and defensive ends. Decent looking card here, and defensive tackles are not the cheapest, so this is a decent card to go for if you need a DT. You then have Jared Goff, who absolutely went off and had a huge game for the Rams there. 5 passing touchdowns against the Vikings. He's a vertical captain, so I don't plan on using him. And then this is actually a pretty intriguing card if I didn't already have good halfbacks and full synergy. He's a little slow at 87 speed. His base 86, I think, has 90 speed. However, he's West Coast as opposed to Smash Mouth, so that is pretty appealing. Solid looking card. And then you have the rest of the Team of the Week, guys. Don't forget, go in there, do your live events. Eventually, you'll be able to choose which one of these kind of Team of the Week bosses that you want completely for free just by grinding the events. So that's kind of what's new in the game there. Don't forget, you can do your daily Blitz events as well and your daily Rising Stars. But guys, if you were paying attention, there has been an update to the client, so you had to go to the store, download it. So let's go ahead and talk about what is there and why I am so thankful for EA on this day. You know, I've been critical lately about a lot of things. You know, there have been a lot of things wrong with the game. However, at this point in the game, I am going to give props to EA because the new update has officially fixed play spamming. So let's go over the rules, guys, the way it will work. In League versus League, on any given drive, you can only call a play twice. So what'll happen if you call the play once, you'll see a little ticker on that play when you go back into the play calling section, and you will see 1 remaining, which means you call it twice, it is then blacked out. So you physically cannot call the same play 3 times in a drive. So that will absolutely fix play spamming in League versus League. That was actually active yesterday. However, as of 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time today, it is now also fixed in the Overdrive game mode. So the way it works, guys, if you play unranked, spam away. So if you don't like Overdrive, you're not going for the player, you're just trying to fill up your 3,000 points every 4 hours, just play unranked, find a cheap play spam your way to get a bunch of points, call it a day. However, if you are playing ranked Overdrive mode, it is going to be based on the tier you are in, and the play spamming is for the entire 3-minute match. So the way it's going to work, if you are in silver tier, you can call a play 4 times total in that 3-minute match. So that means you can call it 4 times in a row and then move on to another play. You can call it kind of interspersed throughout. But once you call a play 4 times, it will be blacked out and you will no longer be able to use that play. In Gold, Elite, and Hall of Fame, you will only be able to call a play 3 times. And EA had posted on Mutthead about this, that the reason they did it this way is that it's pretty easy to tweak. So if they needed to tighten it and say that you could only call a play twice in Hall of Fame, Uh, they should be able to tweak that pretty easily. And I have to say to EA, thank you for doing this. I have been complaining about play spam for a long time. I kind of took the mode of, hey, it's in the game. As long as other people are spamming plays, spam away that it wasn't on the player to fix EA's mistake. It was on EA to fix that mistake. And props to EA. Thank you, EA. I am so glad that you fixed this. Play spamming was one of the big things in this game that needed to be fixed, and you guys have finally fixed it, so thank you for that. We also got a cool new thing that I want to talk about here, guys. If you go into my team and then go to your profile, you are going to be able to customize your team a little bit more. So you'll see that it looks a little bit new. This is pretty neat where you can kind of see what your records are, your achievements, how many pressures you've triggered, how many times they've been defeated, how many times you've passed them, points, rushing yards, all of that. And then you have banners. So the way these banners work, guys, you will unlock them by achieving certain things. I will say it's a little weird. So this one, for example, that I'm using, score 250,000 points in Overdrive with a West Coast captain. I've got that one unlocked. However, all of the other Overdrive passes that I know, I've passed for over 150,000 yards. I've ran for over 100,000 yards. I've got all of these already, but for some reason, they didn't unlock. Same thing with these points ones. So those didn't unlock for some reason, nor did these league versus league ones, because my league does have over 50 league versus league wins. So it's a little strange there. It seems like the ones that use your captain will have unlocked, but the others will not. But it's pretty neat. The way it works is it basically will just customize it, give you a new look there, kind of behind it. So you've got not only your icon, but this cool little banner there that you can use. And hey, it's a neat little thing. Further customization. The other big thing that they added is the new Friends tab. This is pretty cool, guys. With it, if your friends are online, you can go in and play an unranked Overdrive match with friends, and it doesn't require, I know in like prior years, you had to be friends with them on Facebook and have your Facebook account linked. It's neat to have it built into the game. It wasn't really something that I was asking for or really cared about, but since it's there, it's pretty neat, you know? That way you can play with your friends and bring a little bit more social element into the game. So I do think that was a pretty cool addition by EA to the game. So definitely not something I'm going to complain about there on that front. Wasn't something I wanted. The other thing to take note, guys, is they moved the inbox to the sidebar as opposed to the top right. It used to be up there with the home icon and the friend tab, but they changed that around. It is now here, so if you're looking to repost your auctions or do things like that, that is where you are going to want to go to do that. So guys, with the content schedule getting all messed up, with my son having surgery yesterday and not being around, changing things up, this was such a big update to the game that I wanted to go ahead and give it its own video. I am absolutely positive with EA today. Super happy that they fixed play spamming. There's still, let's be honest, there's still a lot of things that they need to do. Yeah, actually, you know what? There is one other thing that I wanted to chat about. Don't have film on it. However, you will notice if you're playing, the stumbling issues where you would just like trip over air and your running back would just stumble. You can now correct that. When you start to stumble, you're going to see this thing pop up on the screen that says swipe, like swipe up, like you're going to truck. It can actually save you from falling when you're stumbling. So props to EA for adding that. That's a cool feature as well. Kind of makes it like you got to pay a little bit more attention when you see the stumble. Got to swipe up quickly to do that. But that's definitely another improvement. So a couple of things that I still want to see in the game. I would like to see League versus League made more engaging. So while this is a huge fix to stop play spamming in League versus League, League versus League is still insanely easy. It's still insanely easy. And, from that standpoint, whether it's increasing the difficulty, which I know maybe some casual players would not like, I personally would be perfectly fine with them just immediately jacking it up to all Madden on there. for League versus League. I think that would make it a lot more challenging. People would have to pass the ball a little bit more. But what I would like to see going forward there, EA, next thing hopefully on your radar is to make League versus League more engaging, whether it's in the form of somehow implementing coaches to impact your defense, adding new defensive coaches. I don't want to see game plans and live countering back. That's not good for people's health when you have people playing and having to stay up until 3 in the morning in top matches. But I'd like to see League versus League get some love and get some attention there in the next update that you guys do. But I'm super happy with EA. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the changes, whether you're happy with play spamming, what you're doing to adjust for that. I know that I've dropped a no spam method in the past on how to approach it. I think I'll probably go ahead and bring some more no spam methods now that spamming is really gone. Maybe just give a bunch of different things as far as strategy for how to approach Overdrive mode with the new changes. But let me know in the comments down below what you think the next priorities are. I think another big update was there, like the people who got the brand new iPhones that weren't able to play, they can now play. So all in all, a rock solid update from EA. It fixes, in my opinion, the single biggest problem with the game up until this point, which has been play spamming. Again, League versus League, fix that next. Bring back weekend tournaments. And then maybe, just Overdrive. Even with the fix, I think there's still some people who just don't like Overdrive. If you can make League versus League engaging, if you can bring back weekend tournaments not in the Overdrive format, and if you can bring future promos not heavily dependent on Overdrive, this could still be the best Madden mobile season yet. I know that's a bold statement, but I really think it can be. If you bring back those weekend tournaments, if you make LVL engaging, I truly think that this could be the single best year for Madden Mobile in history, because the engine is great and EA is now fixing the problems. So shout out to EA for that. But anyways, guys, I am going to stop it right there. Gonna pull up the stream schedule. So normally I was gonna do a play breakdown today. However, with this huge update, I figured it was more important there. And for the mystery video tomorrow, I'm gonna spoil the mystery. I'm just gonna do a play breakdown tomorrow and kind of push that back so that we can get back to it. Again, I don't feel bad that I missed yesterday's video for a couple of reasons. One, I love you guys, but my son's surgery was far more important than YouTube. And honestly, it was going to be a full League versus League match, and League versus League is really boring right now. It was another 24, shocker, shocker. So I don't feel bad about that, but I'm going to do a good play breakdown tomorrow, and I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is focus on some of my favorite coach plays. That way, I can kind of bring some play breakdown videos that, regardless of what scheme you like to use, if there's a coach play that really makes a coach viable, which I'm going to focus on probably some Matt Nagy plays tomorrow, since that's my coach of choice, and there are some really good ones there. I may even do 2 play breakdowns in the video tomorrow, but that's what I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to start bringing some coach plays there. That way, regardless of what scheme you use, if there's a play that you really want added to your arsenal, whether it's for League versus League or Overdrive, that way I can bring you something and you can just swap in the coach if you want to use it, regardless of what scheme you use. But anyways, guys, going to stop it there. If you like this video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What you can count on is strategy content. No pack openings here. I mean, after all, you have pack odds now, so I'm definitely not going to be opening packs when you can just click on the thing in the store, see what the odds are, and know whether the pack is good or not, just mathematically. But guys, if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.